How's it going, everyone? My name's Eli with Common Sense, and I hope you are having a fantastic day. And just know, even if you're not having a good day, just remember that tomorrow you have another chance to make it even better. That's my cheesy motivational quote for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about my newest pickup for my collection, and this one is Rasasi Al Wisam Day. So just a little bit about Rasasi. Rasasi is a Dubai fragrance house that originated out of the United Arab Emirates in around 1973. And they make really good bang for your buck fragrances, kind of in the $50 to $100 range, so kind of mid-range budget. I feel like it's gonna be a step up from some of your cheaper Latafas, but not quite as expensive as some of the niche stuff that's out there, and I'm excited to get into this one. Some of the most popular ones you might have heard of from the House of Rasasi are La Yakawam, Hawas, and Darish. A lot of their fragrances can be considered interpretations of other popular fragrances. Today, we're gonna be looking at Rasasi's Al Wisam Day, and this one is supposed to be a Creed Silver Mountain Water inspired fragrance. So Silver Mountain Water is sort of a vegetal, kind of citrusy, natural smelling fragrance, and a lot of people kind of complained a little bit about the longevity and the relatively low performance for the price point, and I'm hoping that this one can solve that issue. Honestly, there are a lot of clones on the market that are going after that Silver Mountain Water DNA, or I could have gone with L'Adventure Blanche by Al Haramain, but I bought this one because I thought the bottle looked really nice, it intrigued me, and honestly, I wanted to start my Rasasi collection here. So right here in the middle, we have this kind of emblem right here. It's raised and it's kind of iridescent. You can see how it kind of catches the light really cool, almost like that chameleon vibe. These lines right here are not textured. I thought that would be like that. The ones on the side actually are, and you have these 5 stars here, and you have some of the information on the back as well. You also have the information down there as well as the badge. Mine was created in August 2022, so still pretty fresh. This sleeve kind of comes off and you're left with this really interesting, kind of regal looking bottle. Honestly, one of the biggest reasons that I bought this fragrance is because of the bottle. It kind of reminded me of the ancient Greek kind of slate marble that you can kind of see in a lot of the architecture. It almost looks like a sort of ceramic texture. Unfortunately, it is made out of kind of a cheap plastic as well as this fake metallic stuff up here. And on the top, you have what I assume says Al Wisam. That's just my educated guess. As you can see, the atomizer follows that sort of almost copper, slightly brown look. Let's test the atomizer. Ooh, look at that throw. I don't know if you can see that. That put out probably about 2 to 3 feet of spray. Wow, that's actually pretty nice. Ooh, and it smells good too. I'm gonna actually try a little bit on my skin. Ooh. Great atomizer, great coverage. I feel like that soaked up my entire forearm right there, man. So up top we have notes of bergamot, geranium, and lavender with middle notes of rose, sandalwood, clary, sage, and cedar, and a base of musk, amber, agarwood, and oak moss. So I don't actually own Silver Mountain Water. I have smelled it before, and I do think it's very pleasant. Not my favorite Creed fragrance, but I was curious to try this one because I've heard that it is a wonderful alternative, but with a little bit of added rose and oud in here. Oh man. Okay, immediately up top, I'm getting a very aquatic, natural rose smell. It almost reminds me of sort of a rose garden or a fresh bouquet of roses that you'd get somebody for like Valentine's Day or like a nice date. I can almost see the dew kind of forming on the rose petals. And kind of floral vibe going on here. You also get a really nice kind of slight sweetness to it from the bergamot and the amber. It just kind of gives it a nice semi-sweet aquatic vibe, and it smells very mature. The bergamot and the lavender here give it a really clean, almost soapy vibe, and I think it's also coming from the clary sage, because clary sage and the lavender are kind of calming notes where the actual oils themselves have been known to give a calming effect. And so I think that adds to that sort of relaxed, almost kind of shower bubble bath type vibe. But what's interesting is the rose and the bergamot just keep it a little bit bright, and it just is very interesting. What's kind of cool is the oak moss and the geranium sort of give an old school throwback vibe that was similar to a lot of the fragrances that were very popular in the early 2000s, and I'm pretty sure the original Creed Silver Mountain Water came out around that time, so that kind of checks out. But it smells really nice here. It smells mature, but at the same time it doesn't smell dated. It smells very distinguished and it feels like you know what you're doing. So hey, this might be a good fragrance if you want to fake it till you make it. That's how we do it. So what I'm noticing on the dry down, on the tester strip, mainly on my skin, is you're losing a lot of that citrus and you're left with a really nice, warm, well-rounded, kind of woody oak moss at the bottom. I think the fragrance is generally pretty linear. You do just lose a little bit of that brightness up top and it just sort of mellows out a little bit and you're left with that kind of warm linen vibe. So what I'm imagining here is if you take your very clean pile of clothes that you just did, you know, you did your laundry and then you hang them up outside next to your garden. That's what I get here. Clean warmth mixed with a nice kind of airy, earthy garden green vegetal vibe. I know, that's kind of a lot of words, but that's exactly what I get. I get that warmth, you get the green vegetation, and you get a nice aquatic vibe. I don't mean oceanic, I mean literal water. And I think that fits also with the Silver Mountain Water name that this is going after. I'm very pleased with the performance on this one because it lasts at least 12 hours, at least on my skin. I've sprayed it well in the morning, like early when I wake up to go to church, and then later in the day, like dinner time, I still smell it. So it lasts well over 12 hours and I still get that nice warmth throughout the entirety of the fragrance. I believe I picked this one up for about $30 on Joma Shop's sale. Honestly, you can find it online for around $50 or a little bit less, depending on where you look. But really, I'm good with that price. I'm really surprised at the quality here. I'm used to kind of buying a lot of the cheaper Latafas that, you know, they're around $20 to $30, and while they're good value for the money, this one just feels like it's more expensive. It smells more expensive, and it kind of looks more expensive if you look at it from afar. Yeah, something about this is just very retro. It's kind of a throwback. It smells like a mature version of the Silver Mountain Water DNA. It's really pleasing. It's soft, but you have that added rose, kind of that oud, and it just is done really, really nice here. I think it takes guts to put something out there and market it as an interpretation of an original DNA. And so I think they do it fantastic here. They put a wonderful spin on it, and I'm just really shocked at how well they pull this off. And so that one is Rasasi Al Wisam Day. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed putting this one together and getting my nose on this one. I have a lot of other videos coming up on this pipeline, so be sure to subscribe and hit that like button so that other people can see this through the YouTube algorithm. And honestly, you guys are awesome. I'd love to hear in the comments if you have any thoughts on this fragrance or any other alternatives to Silver Mountain Water. So leave those in the description and I'd love to chat with you guys. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. My name is Eli with Common Sense, and until the next time, bye-bye.
An attitude that embodies the essence of man, a personality varying between authority and greatness, a silhouette of being consistent and versatile, an approach remarkably impeccable, with the presence that promises to leave an everlasting impression. Embrace your day with the new fragrance for men, and let the freshness take over. Al Wisam Day pays tribute to the underlying spirit of the modern-day man. An epitome of strength and vitality, this breezy, fresh fragrance will energize your senses and prepare you to achieve greater heights of success. Al Wisam, originally an Arabic word, means meadow, a symbol of success and triumph. This vitality, aroma, sparkle, and freshness to original classical notes, creating a hardy contemporary fragrance presented in flint glass bottles surrounded by a chrome white sheath, is definitely urban, sober, and timeless.